Running an experiment to see if my background will automatically change for some reason, like it's done in the past.
Why would it?
I don't know. For some reason, Zoom just likes to cycle through. It's like, no, we don't want you to have that background. We want you to have this background. This is our favorite.
Okay, well, we're live now, so all that
Okay.
explanation is.
Now out in the ether. All right.
Yay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Adventure on So Many Levels. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons, apparently.
Yay.
Yay.
Well, we're
Looks that was
enthused.
signs point in that direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm Christiana Ellis. I am the Dungeon Master. Our players tonight: David Archambault as Dianok,
Oh, that last adventure was interesting. I wonder what the next one will bring.
Nobilis Reed as Kenthan,
Mwah.
Jason Banks as Exel,
Greetings. I feel like we're having a Sliders-esque adventure.
and Lee Burdett as Flount.
Hello.
So, when last we left the Order of the Golden Prawn, they had just finished up an adventure. They had found the source of a mysterious supernatural flood that occurred during some local Olympic Games type events. Discovered that a river spirit had been responsible for a long ago flood, had been held prisoner, and the ghost of the original winner of that game did a whole thing where it was a whole thing. We had this adventure already. But we are now back at the Radiant Citadel. I know we kind of, I think, wrapped up quickly at the end last time.
Yep.
Was there any leftover business coming back from
Dividing up treasure.
dividing up treasure?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
well,
right.
so we can, I think, assume, because we're down Paul this week, that Xenophon has been called away for some personal business, and hopefully we'll be able to rejoin you soon. But in the meantime, tell me what you need from me for that dividing up of treasure.
I believe it
Well-
was 400 gold per person as a reward for the
That is what you had been given for the job of going up to rescue the winner of the Shanghai trials. But you had also been given some rewards from the riverine that you set free out of Roet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah.
And I think one of them was like a 5,000 gold piece gem.
It was a fist-sized
Something
sapphire
to-
worth 6,000 gold.
Yeah.
An emerald
that's the-
elemental gem. There was an intricately carved jade statuette depicting a muscular version of Adiroet worth 500 gold, but you gave that to your river guide.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then a waterproof sack containing a length of the finest silk bastra embroidered with pearls worth 250 gold.
I was thinking we should sell off that sapphire,
Right?
split that up, and if anybody wants their share in the form of some of the lesser art pieces that we've got, we can kind of include that, or we can sell those off and divide
Yeah,
it
I'm
up
okay
as
with
well.
oliving gold and currency.
Yeah, I say we sell off the lesser trophies and the sapphire, and then just pay our shield
Mhm,
dues out of the 400.
Well, I mean, I think we're supposed to pay to shield dues out of all of the treasure we make, but
Yeah. They've been
Um,
more than fair with taking like maybe 125 and letting us have the rest.
Well, it's been like a percentage,
Yeah.
not.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's been more in our favor. That percentage has been more in our favor, generally speaking.
Right. But these items are not a part of the fee. These were happened upon, say, because of the creature we came across.
I mean, that was part of the deal with the shield bearers, that
I,
any treasure we come
I,
back to with.
yeah, I think we should just, you know, not try to conceal anything. Just, say this is what we got. You know, we got this much
So
in gold, this much in treasure, and just
Did
okay,
Xenophon
so
get the pearl?
Yes,
The-
because
yes,
the
mhm.
Yeah.
The Pearl
the
of Power, yeah, was
yeah, he got
Yep.
the Pearl of Power, and he
I
also
got that.
he also and
Yeah,
I think he also got the that ball that could be
yeah,
eaten
the
to
healing.
heal.
Yeah.
medicine
So-
from the river.
Yeah.
So okay, so if we add up the values of all the art and gems and everything, um, there's 400 the 400 in cash that we got, the 6,000 gold piece gem, and then what the other two? There was one more item that was the embroidered pearl
Yeah, the silk.
fabric. How much was?
Two
You know,
hundred
how much
250.
was that worth?
Yeah.
250. And that was everything that has not been encountered for, correct?
Yeah, because we gave the figurine statue to the
Okay.
guide.
Yeah.
So how much are we obligated to give to, what is the percentage we're obligated to give to the shield bearers?
Well, so generally the idea is that you are reporting everything, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I plan
right.
on reporting everything, even if nobody else wants to.
Yeah.
Reporting
no.
it all, and what is their cut?
Well, what is like
The
so?
It'd be
percentage.
66.50. It would be
Yeah, that's the
66.
total, and I want to multiply that by their cut.
Say they
Well,
take
by our cut.
25%.
Okay, so multiply that by 0.75 for what's left over, and then divide that by 5, and we get 997 gold and 5 silver for each of us.
Yeah. That's
Sounds
fine.
fair.
Said it was 900 and what?
997.
97.
Well,
Yeah, that's a nice total.
yeah,
Yeah.
got some cash for downtime now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can do some interesting things.
Hmm. And it was Xenophon that had that got the armor, right? That had got the branded armor, so and has a deal on that.
Yeah. He got that before we started our adventure.
Yeah, what? So he can deal with that with his whatever he does with that when
Yeah.
he comes back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
So,
I mean, so what do you get up to? Order of the Golden Prime?
well, okay.
I don't know about you guys, but I got to fix some armor.
Oh yes.
That's right. You just got chewed up
Oh
pretty bad.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dianok is gonna do some spell experimentation. Gonna probably before Xenophon goes off on his stuff, take a little time and have him demonstrate his shatter spell,
Okay.
and basically Dianok's gonna learn shatter.
All right.
That's part of that. And I think other than that, I think they would like to do a research
Okay.
about dark forces and basically there's a thought that dark forces might be observing or interfering with stuff that happens with the Radiant Citadel, like kind of the clues given with
Mhm.
the Forbidden area. So that's what they would like to look into.
Okay. So you the mechanic for the research You start with the cost of 50 gold, but then you get a +1 bonus for 50 every 50 gold additional spent, up to a maximum of +6. So that would be maximum of adding 300 gold on top of your original 50.
You know what? I'm gonna go for it.
All right.
350.
Mm-hmm.
And then that is just intelligence or investigation?
It is just intelligence.
Okay. Intelligence. Okay. Natural 11, but with +9 is a dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah, so with a 20, you learn 2 pieces of lore. And you recognize. So one of the things that you find out is that certainly living in the Radiant Citadel, it's not something that constantly draws your attention or anything, but it is something you can't help but be aware of, is the keening gloom. And this is something that tends to only be visible in the sky from time to time as the mists of the deep ethereal occasionally thin a little bit in that direction, or when this massive ethereal cyclone seems to kind of ebb and wane, getting a little bigger, a little quiet, and then sometimes expands a bit and then is driven back. It is something that the scholars here in the Radiant Citadel really only have theories about, because the ethereal plane is, especially the deep ethereal where you are here, it holds many mysteries. But the fact that it is so kind of close and fixed in its location, and that there are theories that it may well have been the keening gloom that caused whatever it was that caused the Radiant Citadel to be abandoned before may have been related to that. But that's theoretical only, because the current occupants, the people who rediscovered it, found it intact but abandoned years later. And so there are theories that there may be something more than natural phenomena at work behind the keening gloom.
Okay.
And I think that there are some who think that it is not even merely an external phenomena, but that it may in fact be tied to something that like mortal creatures do, as opposed to the idea that it's like just some force from the outer planes, or just a deity level creature or something like that, but that there might be something that actual mortal people are doing to influence it. But that's all theoretical.
Okay. Okay. And are that the 2 pieces of information?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Huh. That's definitely very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Something people do. And as I'm doing this research, do I notice the weird looking Warforged?
Well, so go ahead and roll your D10 to see if there's a complication.
Oh yeah, D10.
Mm-hmm.
4.
4. Yeah, so no complication there.
Okay.
So the Thursday is the Warforged in
Thursday.
question. I don't know that you've really had any contact with them, have you? I mean, it was
Not
excellent that they
myself,
kind of
no.
yeah.
Not before. But I remember it was in a library that
Mm-hmm.
that excellent.
Yeah, so I think not that you're aware of. I think you would
Okay.
probably need to like look for them to try to make
Okay.
that happen.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So, do you think DNOC got up to much else that week, or just kind of
Um,
burying their head in the library?
yeah. Dianoc would also like to look to see what it would take for them to enchant their weapon as a magic weapon. The short
Okay.
sword.
Okay. There are crafting an item. So, crafting magic items requires time, effort, and materials. And I believe that a plus one, like, well, what sort of thing would you be looking for?
Just basic +1.
Okay. Let's see. Uh, dear Chrome, let me select a. Thank you. All right.
Yeah. Looking in the
What?
book,
Sorry, I'm just like my keyboard is giving me weird errors.
it looked like it was um like 500 for a +1 would be like 500 gold and 2 weeks of work.
Um,
Kilo?
give me a second. I'm
That's
I'm I'm distracted because I'm trying to do something. I'm getting error messages. So
okay.
just give me a moment. Um, okay. Um, so a. I'm sorry. I'm having a hard. Someone tell me whether a plus one is common or is it uncommon or what?
Uncommon.
Uncommon. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So an uncommon it would be 2 work weeks and 200 gold, but you would also need to obtain an ingredient for it that usually would be you'd need to track down this ingredient, and there would
So if
be a challenge level associated with it.
I also took the spell magic weapon, could
Okay.
that be an ingredient?
Uh, I mean, no, I don't think so.
Oh,
Like that's not how the
okay.
the mechanic works. I mean, with the spell magic weapon, you can make that happen on your own weapon at any time
Yeah.
you want. But if you want it to
Yeah.
be a permanent one, it needs the other ingredient.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm hmm. So could I find out what that type ingredient would be and just keep an eye out for it?
Sure. Let's see. So I mean, what are you wanting to make? You say a plus one, but like, what is it? What?
Uh,
Tell me.
Basically enchant my short sword as a plus one weapon. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I think that like give me well, so I could just like pick something, but tell me if there's any kind of like a theme that you want for it. Like what are you envisioning that it's this that you're
Hmm.
doing to it? Like would you want it to be like, cuz it could be like ground up dragon fang, or it could be it could be more along the lines of like an oil that comes from a certain type of basilisk or something like that.
think- I I think it would what DNR would consider be kind of tie into how like kind of wood elf in influence magic.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe something from a forest creature
Okay.
that would be needed.
Well, let's see. I'm actually going to say that this is. I think that what you actually need is a certain type of hardwood oil that can be found in certain forests. It's just that that those particular trees tend to be the habitat for large gricks, which are kinds of monstrous serpent-like things.
Ah,
Okay. Side quest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I will definitely keep an eye out for that. Yeah.
Well, knowing that your character now has the magic weapon spell changes my decision
So,
because
if you ask Enoch about it, yeah, because I can imagine they'd
Mm-hmm.
be doing.
we live in the same house. It's going to be
Yeah,
impossible to be doing this stuff without
I
each
know.
other finding out, unless
Mm-hmm.
we're
Yeah.
keeping it secret.
No,
And
not keeping it secret. I'm just saying, like, if you ask them about it, say, you know, you might want to still seek out you know, either help
I
me
mean,
figure out how to
okay,
make it
well, no.
permanent, or
Here's the question that's on my mind. I've got just enough money to buy that suit of plate mail I had my eye on for weeks,
okay,
and you know, I'm throwing myself into the thick of things, and a little bit of better armor would be really useful for that. But at the same time, I don't like coming across these ghosts and elementals and all these other things that shrug off my halberd blows so easily. But that
okay,
doesn't happen all the time.
yeah.
So
So
if I can count on you
yeah, okay.
cast magic
So if
weapon
you
on my halberd
yeah,
when we're in one of those sorts of situations, then it
yeah,
makes it easier for me to choose the plate mail,
if you're gonna,
the plate armor.
you know, if you would plan on using your funds for plate mail, then yeah, absolutely go for the plate mail. I will, enhance your weapon if necessary.
Right.
Though,
That's my primary thought was,
yes,
you know,
because
it, when we're fighting against these things, that's quite frustrating.
yes,
So,
and
all right.
in the future, if we can find the material I need, I, you know,
Well,
I
so
potentially,
I think the thing is that you the odds of you just stumbling across it are low. You would
I
need
know,
to seek it
yeah,
out.
Seek it out. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, yeah, and in the future when I find the item, find the ingredient I need, I can perhaps enchant your weapon permanently, and mine as well if I desire.
Uh, you know what? That's also a possibility, but there's uh, you know, other folks in the party who also need
Yeah,
that kind of thing. So I don't might feel like I need to be first in line. But
yeah. Well,
well, you know what? Actually, that's a good point. I mean, I'm not the only one who would need that. So if I try and see if I can find a magic halberd, it'll be more expensive than having you do it, but we can get it sooner. Um,
well, I
yeah, I
do.
think I'm gonna think see I'm gonna think I'm gonna see if there's
Yeah.
one for sale in town
Okay.
before we go to the and we'll use having you make one as a backup
Yes.
plan. Okay.
All right. So you spent this week researching, and so
Yeah.
in the future, if you want to work on enchanting, then that'll be a full week. You know, like or
Yeah.
two weeks, where that's the
Or
primary activity.
um, would there be other people that could assist me to, help bring down the total
I mean,
time?
not for free.
Well, yeah, of course. That would increase the cost, but yeah.
Hmm.
Basically keeping how long I want to spend in mind on it.
Hmm.
So, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all for me.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, so I know we mentioned for Flounce having your armor repaired,
Yep.
and it's mundane armor, correct?
It's adamantine.
Adamantine armor.
Ooh.
Yeah. Let's see. Um.
So I'm glad for the payout, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I think the adamantine armor is probably expensive to repair. Um, I think, but I think though, You know what? I'm going to say it costs 300 gold to repair.
Okay. I am willing to do that. Even, I mean, that's reasonable to me.
Okay. But that is something that like it's mostly the material that they need.
Uh-huh.
So it doesn't take a long time to do.
Mhm.
So they can go ahead and just basically, you know, like over the course of the week without you needing to hang out there. They
Right.
can.
So you can do some other thing while that's happening.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um let's see. I did with my level up
Mhm.
previously. I had gotten my jeweler's tools.
Mhm.
Um honestly, I think Flounce is just going to take this week while her armor's being repaired to just relax and maybe be creative a little bit, maybe do a
Okay.
little bit of shopping for supplies and stuff to
Mhm.
create jewelry, and just to kind of relax and chill. She's not going to do, she's going to enjoy the sunshine.
Mhm.
Just take a little bit of time off because she's been working pretty hard
Sure.
recently.
So relaxation is actually one of the downtime activities, though the mechanical benefit for it is not really something that needs to apply here because it's primarily for like if you were suffering from
Recuperate.
some ongoing penalty
Yeah.
of some kind, it helps to get rid of that. But certainly there's nothing wrong with in the fiction having that be the thing. But are you sure you don't want to include something like carousing or like I'm
Yeah.
just offering just because some of those can have some mechanical effects as well.
Yeah. No, I think in this particular instance, Flounce is just going to chill.
Okay, that's
Um,
perfectly fine.
and introduce the guys to her new headwear, which is Bob, her steel defender, which did not come on the last adventure because I was dumb.
Oh,
Um, in the meta, I was dumb and I completely forgot about him until halfway through, and I'm like, so now it looks like Flounce has 6 ears
hmm,
Oh,
because
okay.
because Bob is riding around on her head.
Hmm.
so
So
this is another
Much harder
creature
to
that we'll need
forget.
to make a token for, right?
Yeah.
yeah, basically I'm using the stats for the giant dragonfly.
Okay,
Um, and well, it's not. It's the stat block is the steel defender in my features and traits, but
right.
he
No,
is a giant
I follow you.
dragonfly.
That's what he looks like.
Yeah, he looks like a giant dragonfly, just to make life easier for everybody.
Hmm.
So, you come in with Bob on your head, and
Well, so a giant dragonfly is I mean the monster giant dragonfly is a large creature. I don't think he would ride around on your head. He's bigger than you.
Yeah, no, he is bigger than me, but the steel defender is
How big is it still?
uh let me pull up the thing.
I mean, so like he can look like a big dragonfly. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
clarify is how
It's
much.
medium. The steel defender is medium size.
Okay. So I'm perfectly happy to say that your steel defender has a configuration where he can kind of look like a headpiece, and then the rest of the body kind of goes down your back maybe, but then he can kind
Yeah.
of unfold and be in dragonfly shape.
Yep.
All right, that
That'll
works for
work.
me.
so you come in to the lodge wearing Bob on your head, and Dana looks at you, then does a double take, like, uh, you have
Got something
that thing
stuck
on
to
your
you
head
there.
is
You got something
supposed to
stuck
be
to you
there,
there.
right?
Well, I
Yeah.
have to imagine in the fiction you've been working on him, right?
Yeah. I've been working on him for a while.
Huh. Well, I
Um,
mean, but like I imagine you haven't come out with him on your head, or
yeah. You guys haven't seen him in completed form yet.
yeah. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that
I was like, don't worry, he won't eat too much.
what is it?
This is Bob. He is my steel defender. and I think that the best thing about him is his deflect attack function. The defender imposes disadvantage on the attack roll of one creature it can see within 5 feet of it, provided the attack roll is against the creature other than the defender.
Huh.
That's a useful thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So he'll come with us next time we go out and about.
All right.
Okay. Well, I guess that. Hello, Bob. Good to meet you. Does he speak?
No.
Okay.
He buzzes his wings at you a little bit.
Okay.
Nice.
Acknowledgement of sentience is important.
Okay.
Do you want? You said do some shopping. Did you want to do the buying a magic item activity?
Uh,
Like you don't have to. I'm not trying to force
Yeah.
you. I'm just trying to make sure that you're not skipping a possibility of something more elaborate without just because you didn't realize what the options were.
yeah. I'm interested in buying a magic item.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
And DNR would
Okay.
have shared with all of you that they have the ability to make a magic weapon
Mm-hmm.
to do magic weapons. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in this case, the buying a magic item activity here, you don't know what you're going to find. Generally speaking, you're not like saying I'm going to look for this one thing.
Okay.
You do a roll to see if you what items might be available.
The last paragraph of the resolution section says, if the character seek a specific magic item, blah, 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 blah.
Okay. Yeah. If so, it can be included among the items for sale on a check total of 10 or higher. Or depending on what, or 15, 10 or higher if it's common, 15 or higher if it's uncommon, etc. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So,
Yeah.
do you want to do that one? It does cost gold, of course, because you're
Yeah, of
basically, one work week of effort and 100 gold in expenses, or you can also gain a bonus on that for additional, +1 for every additional 100 gold spent up to maximum of +10, and the check you would be making is persuasion check.
Okay.
If Flounce and I work together, could I roll with advantage? And well, what I mean is there some specific thing you're looking for, Flounce, or just looking for unloading some of this cash in an interesting way?
I was just wondering if there was anything interesting out there that might help us out, the next time we do a thing.
I also think this is a high enough magic campaign that you would get an automatic +10 bonus on this check.
Well,
because it says as a further option to reflect the availability of items in your campaign. I mean, you live on a floating city in the ethereal plane. I think there's magic items around.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm proposing is that that Flounce and I are, well, actually, if it's
I will allow that if the money is spent between you, what I'll say is if the two of you are putting in the work week of effort, then you can have the check roll with advantage, and then whatever items are available, you would either of you could have access to it, obviously.
Right.
Okay.
Because I'm saying that because I've got a good persuasion score.
Yeah, and I don't.
And you don't. So I was gonna well, hey, let me help you out with that.
Yeah.
So the two of you together can pool however much money you're putting into it, and you're both putting in the time, and then you can make the persuasion check with advantage. That makes sense to me.
Right. So yeah, I'm gonna spend 100 gold for a +1 bonus. So that's 200 that I'm spending.
You're spending 200. I will also kick in 200.
Okay.
So you can have
Um,
a +3 bonus.
No, it should be a +2
well, so yeah,
because
so you would each be contributing a. Well, so technically, because you're pooling, you're getting,
oh, okay.
so you're sharing that first 100, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Okay.
only one of you is paying it. So 400 between you is the first 100 plus 3.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I have a +7 persuasion check, and we get a +10 because it's a high magic campaign. So I'm rolling with +20.
Yeah.
Oh, yeesh.
Well, but the table goes up to 41 plus.
Yeah,
Whoa,
yeah.
good
Yeah.
lord.
So,
And I rolled a 19.
okay. So
So
39
now I
Mm-hmm.
was looking for someone
Okay.
who had
plus 1
a
halberd.
+1 halberd for sale.
Okay.
So um
So how about this? Do you want it to be just a plus 1 halberd, or do you want me to try to see if there's
well,
a cooler magic halberd?
I may not be
Cooler.
able to afford a cooler magic
Okay,
halberd,
well,
but
how about this? There will be a plus 1 halberd, but we'll see what else shows up here.
right,
Were
right.
you looking for something specific, Flats?
Not really.
Okay.
Like I said, I was just wondering, if there's something that I can pick up, then awesome.
Okay. Okay, one of you roll a 1d4.
Your turn, Lee.
My turn.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Okay, I'll roll it on the.
Just don't roll a 1, because then the halberd's all there is.
I only rolled a 1.
Okay. No, I will say it's the halberd plus the
Okay,
roll on the table.
okay,
Um,
okay.
so it appears that a lot of the inventory has been picked over of late, but someone roll a percentile dice to see what the other available item is.
I got that,
Yep.
and that's a 9.
A 9. Wow. Okay. I guess it's got as much, below 10 has got 10% a chance to come up. So on this magic table, a 9. Um, what is who? Someone else rolled random magic items.
No, I was clicking on something.
Oh, okay. Okay. It looks like a 9 on this table there's actually a +3 magic item that they've found. But so maybe
Yeah, that would be very rare and as a result,
it would certainly be, yeah, very rare. And so a very rare is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of tens of thousands of gold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is
Ah.
way out of our league right now.
Given I kind of worried that would happen when we
Yeah,
did this.
it's,
Can
you
we
know what,
can we
I
click it
think,
back and roll on a different table?
I'm gonna, it does seem like the way they've got this set up is the really high tables, like the really high results, assume that they're all like really powerful. So how about this? I'm gonna say I'm gonna say one roll on every one of the tables because that's fun.
On everyone's tables below that. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, so roll another. So
Your turn, Lee.
Roll. Which,
so seven more percentile rolls.
Your turn. You're gonna roll on table G now.
okay, so rolling a percentile die. 80.
Okay, 80 on table G is they also have a shield of missile attraction, which is rare. But you have resistance to damage from ranged attacks because it basically makes sure it hits your shield and not you. Is the idea.
Okay. And I'm rolling on table F. 'Cause
Mm-hmm.
we're looking for uncommon things.
Yeah. 48 is slippers of spider climbing, which is uncommon.
Okay. Okay. That sounds like something useful, Flounce. I don't really need it. I've got the ring of jumping to kind of give me mobility, but
Yeah.
but if you wanted to, let's put that on the list of things we might want to get.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And then let's get for we've got 5 more for E D
Yeah.
C B A.
All right, so next one up is 39.
39 is a potion of storm giant strength, which gives you a strength score of up to 20 or of 29 for 1 hour.
That sounds awesome.
That is a legendary potion, though.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. And then I think the seller grumbles, is like, I'm never going to get rid of this stuff.
Okay, I rolled a 75 for table E.
So that is a potion of cloud giant strength, which is very rare for 27 strength.
Yeah, still.
He got it as part of a set from like an inheritance deal, and it's like,
yeah, that estate sale, man. They ran you.
It's like, I thought I got such a good deal, but I'm having so much trouble actually unloading them. Nobody wants to pay $40,000 gold for a one-use item. Anyway, got 3 more.
Someone will come along who's got has got a use for that. Anyways, table D is our next roll.
Yeah, and that is 23.
I think we just did D.
Did we?
D was the
C.
cloud giant strength. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
C.
So C for 23 is you've got a set of +2 ammunition, which could be crossbow bolts or arrows.
Could be useful. That's rare though.
Yeah.
So
it's rare, but I think I would say that it's the rare price is for like a set, not just like one.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's okay. And
42 is a potion of hill giant strength. Yeah.
Which is uncommon.
Yeah.
Hill giant strength gives you strength of 21 for 1 hour.
Yeah.
Which is not bad.
Not bad. It's more. It's greater than any normal PC can have.
Yeah.
Without magical.
Yeah.
Magic.
So we've got the slippers.
And one more for table A.
Right.
12.
That's going to be a potion of healing.
Okay.
Nothing.
And we established that there is a +1 halberd in the.
Yes.
So
+1 halberd they found. Yeah.
So let's roll to see how much that costs.
So I think what this comes down to is the person who had a +1 halberd. This list is the other stuff that person has.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I am absolutely going to buy that. I'm not even going to haggle. Just roll the die and tell me how much it costs.
Okay, so it's uncommon, correct? So
yes.
Roll a 1d6.
Okay.
Roll low.
Oh.
So that means it's going to be 600.
I'll buy it.
All right.
Okay.
And then the slippers of spider climbing are also uncommon. So you want to roll a d6 for that, Lee?
Yeah. 2.
Those are 200 gold.
I will definitely buy those.
Okay, so slippers of spider climbing are require attunement, but while you are wearing them, you essentially have spider climb ability. You can go up on walls and ceilings with your hands free. Climbing speed equal to your walking speed.
And I will definitely take the time sometime this week to attune to them.
All right.
And let's see how much that potion of hill giant strength is.
Oh, sure. Those were that was uncommon as well, I believe.
Yes. Oh, it's another 600.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm actually going to pass on that. It's a bit rich for my blood. For that, I would have paid if it was smaller, but yeah.
All right.
Oh.
That's funny that we ended up with 3 different giant strength potions.
Yeah.
Estate sale for a bunch of from an old potion maker.
Yeah, and I think the thing that's killing me is that I have a buyer who would buy it if I had every single giant type.
Yeah.
But I'm missing fire and frost.
We'll keep an eye out for them.
All right.
You know, he could put a request into the shield, and we do know where some fire people were.
Yeah, yeah.
Fire giant. Hey, we do know a fire giant.
We know a fire giant.
Actually.
Here, just bend down. We need to get some sweat. That's one of the ingredients.
Actually, it's a toenail.
Toenail. Okay.
Okay. So tell me about your mother. How is she doing?
Hey, you fire giants are just so interesting.
Wow.
Indeed. So passing on the potion then, and purchased
Yeah.
the slippers of
The
spider
slippers.
climbing and +1 halberd.
Albert.
Yeah.
I could actually see if we wound up with a fire and frost giant potions,
Mhm.
him trading something for it. Like,
Uh-huh.
hey, here's something that you could do.
Nice. So Axel.
Okay. So, like everybody else, I'm looking into magical items, but the two that I'm looking for are things that I want to see if I could potentially create based around the story of Exel. So
Okay.
the first thing, he's going to try to communicate with his patron again.
Mhm.
And the thing I wanted to try to create, one of the two, is a rod of the Pact Keeper.
Okay.
But I wanted to see if through
Well, so there's a couple of things that we can do. Like, one is that we can still use the same mechanic for the buying of the magic item, only we just flavor it, however we like in the fiction. The other way we could do it is have it be more like crafting. You know what I mean? Like where you are making it, but instead of the normal things you would do to make it, you're essentially performing services for your patron.
right. I had thought about doing it kind of like that because I was thinking that if to make something of that nature, maybe he would need like essence of his patron, because one of the things is like
Mm-hmm.
the ornament would have to the other thing was either be a scaled ornament. Basically, it would be in the visage of his patron, but he doesn't know exactly what his patron looks like. So he still needs to deepen that connection. And I thought maybe if he deepens it enough, he could pull back some of that essence and use it as part of the creation of said rod or ornament. But also, I have a part of the background for Gate Warden is that you have a personal keepsake that is kind of symbolic of your character in that, being touched from that plane. And he would see if he would use that in the creation of one of these items, because it was a vial of wood and honey and a little bit of dew from the Feywild where he was from and first was approached by the patron.
Okay. So Rod of the Pact Keeper was one. Was there was another one you said?
And if I basically if I fail at one, then I would try to the scaled
Okay.
ornament.
What's the other one?
Scaled ornament.
I see. I see.
One. Yeah.
How about
one,
this? I think. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna rule. That essentially, let's see, scaled ornament. Both of these things could be. If you're going for the uncommon version of either of those.
Yeah, the uncommon for the rod, and if I have the
So how about this for which one of the was scaled ornament was the one? Is that the one you're preferring, or?
Actually, I they have two different uses.
Well,
if I wanted to
if
go
you were
with
going to get one, which one would you want?
the scaled ornament, because it has a utility that allows me to protect my compatriots from something I'm going to try to do
Sure,
at some
sure,
point.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so how about this? You you kind of are like trying to commune with your patron a little bit and trying to figure out like, how can I become more powerful in your service? That sort of like, is that the kind of way you would be putting it, or?
Yes, and trying to see what path should I walk to gain this power. And
Mm-hmm.
through combat and the way things have been going as I've gotten stronger, I've gotten more in tune with things like fear,
Mm-hmm.
causing fear, making things afraid of me, which is why I'm trying to see if that is the proper path for me to walk to
Mm-hmm.
get stronger and to be more effective in combat, not only for my own and my own benefits and the party, but
Mm-hmm.
also my patron.
Okay, so I think that I'm gonna say what your patron tells you that you need to do is you need to demonstrate that you have a conquering spirit. And what that means uh, for them is that you need to show um, that when there's something you need, you're willing to take it. And so what you are actually told is that there's a yeah, I think you're basically given like an image and a name of someone who lives on the Radiant Citadel, and you're told they have a necklace that if you obtain that necklace, um, your patron will empower it for you.
Alrighty.
Mm-hmm.
Then yeah, then I will go
Not Plickens.
looking for this person.
Hmm. So I mean, I think that what you when you kind of inquire a little bit, you discover that this is a fairly wealthy dragonborn who lives in the trade discal.
Oh,
They have one of the bigger houses down there.
okay. Um, I will go to look now. Is this person you like in charge of like a large trading company, or is he actually a
Uh,
trader himself?
well, he basically has risen up through the ranks. He's generally well thought of as like a fair dealer, um, and they have done a lot of work in I'm going to say it's the exotic fashions and textiles and that sort of thing, where bringing in different types of fancy and expensive clothing, and then finding out where all of that can be shipped. So not manufacture, but purchase and sale, imports and exports of fancy clothing.
Okay. Hmm.
Do you
Hmm.
tell any of your colleagues about this, or do you figure this is an
Hmm.
Excel solo mission?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
I mean, up to you. I mean, I think your patron. This is a test, right? Like your
Mm-hmm.
Right.
patron has said, "Get this necklace," and you don't know that they even especially care how.
Mm,
The key is being able to deliver the result.
right.
Right.
Hmm. All right. Yeah, I will. Hmm.
If you want to think about that for a little bit, I realized we didn't
Yeah.
roll complication checks for Flounce and Canthan.
That's true. That's true.
Each want to roll a d10 for that?
Oh, each of us roll a
Yeah,
d10.
Oh yeah.
you
Oh
both
yeah.
you both did your thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got 2.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, nothing in particular causes
Yeah,
Find
complication
out.
there.
your
Get a
rivals
complication.
didn't
Find
show
out.
up.
Yes.
Find out one of the items was actually stolen.
Hmm.
I would not be surprised.
So, Axel, what are you thinking? I think right now what you know is this person has a big fancy house in the trade disc hall. You know kind of what their basic reputation and business is. Supposedly they have a necklace.
Maybe spend a week doing research on them and find out
Yeah,
some
I was.
bits
I
of
was.
lore that
Yeah,
might
I mean we can
help
have
you.
this be a longer term thing, but obviously you won't have your magic item until you.
Right. I was actually going to see if I could find out if this is an item they have for sale, if this is a personal effect of theirs, or, because if it's a personal effect, then more than likely I'm going to have to steal it. Um,
Well, so I think that unless your solution to that is to just knock on their door and ask them directly, I think a research
yeah, I
is
want
probably
to.
what he's going to need.
Yeah, I would like to research them.
Okay. So research is going to be, you're going to need to spend 50 gold plus another 50 to get, bonuses. And then intelligence check is what you're going to need to make.
Oof. I'm not good at intelligence. So, let's see. And I can spend up as much as I want.
So up to like a 350 total will give you a +6, but that's as high as you can go.
Okay. Then you said 350?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and spend that. It'll give me a +5 because I have a -1 to intelligence.
Okay.
So,
So go ahead and roll intelligence, and then you can add +6 to it, and then you spent the 350 gold.
where is? Oh, there it is. So intelligence check. So that'd be a plus d20 +5. There we go.
Okay, 22. That's a pretty good roll. So that means you learned 3 pieces of lore. So what you learn is that this is a necklace that they don't wear regularly. However, they do wear it for like special occasions. Like when they're dressing up for a party or some sort of an event, they will wear it for that. Otherwise, they keep it in their home. And you learn, I think, so that's one piece of lore is that this is, they have this necklace, they wear it for special occasions, but only those. And otherwise, they have it at home. You learn that okay. I thought of something, but I'm going to save it for the third one. I think you also learn that they have this particular trader has 3 household staff like that they employ like keeping the house maintained and all, but they don't have family otherwise. And they don't like they don't seem to have like elaborate security at the house. If there is any, it is not apparent. They don't seem to have like mundane like guards or anything. Just ordinary like groundskeeper and maid and that sort of thing. And then the last piece of lore that I'll give you is um, in the process of finding out what you can about this guy, you cross paths with Thursday that Warforged.
Hmm.
And so you get the impression that Thursday is also looking into this same guy.
Well, might as if in for a penny, in for a pound. So I will go and talk with the Warforged Thursday. I will go see what has stricken their interest in this particular person.
I could ask you the same thing. In fact, I am.
I I heard about them having a plethora of goods that might be of interest to me, though how to broach the subject of those items is what I'm trying to figure out. Being
Are you
as
saying this to them?
yes, I will say that to
Okay.
them, but I'm being as transparent as possible without giving away what I'm actually doing.
Okay. Well, I have myself um, been given information suggesting that there is something that could be useful to my own field of study present in their personal effects. Perhaps the two of us could work together.
I think that could be beneficial, though I feel there could be a potential wrinkle depending on what the item is you're looking for.
What is the
Or
item you're looking for?
a bauble, a bit
That
of
does not actually help us to determine if.
you know what? He's gonna just lean into it at this point. I'm looking for a necklace.
Mm-hmm.
It is an item that has been revealed to me as significant for a pursuit I am trying to attain.
Well, that is interesting. What if I were to make you a proposal? The two of us work together to obtain this necklace, and then you let me have it for a day, and then I give it to you and you can keep it.
Hmm. That sounds fair. But how do I know that you'll give it back?
You'll have to trust me, I suppose. I can tell you that once I have had it and used it for my purposes, I will have no more need of it.
Hmm.
And I will refrain from asking what your purposes are if you do the same.
It has worked out for us previously, so I think that's fair.
So then, are we agreed? The two of us
Agreed.
will obtain the necklace. I will keep it for 24 hours and then hand it over to you.
Yes. Well, the question is, how do we go about obtaining it?
I personally believe that it would be most straightforward to simply break in and steal it, doing our best to disguise our identities. If this is an approach that is amenable to you, if not, if you would prefer something more subtle, we can certainly discuss.
I think that would work. I think that is a part of the necessary skill set that I have.
it is possible that we will encounter people within the house when we are there. Do you have feelings about what happens to them?
Hmm. Not anything significant.
Are you saying that you do not have significant feelings about what happens to them, or that you do not wish anything significant to happen to them?
Nothing that would raise the alarm and hamper or hasten our discovery.
Hmm. See, I think we need to tease this out a bit more carefully because I need to know what you mean. I'm asking, I suppose, if you have ethical qualms about harming them if necessary.
No unnecessary killings.
What if it is necessary?
Then we can cross that bridge when we get there.
I find it better to make sure that we're on the same page about these things before. Because
Well,
if the time comes in the moment, we won't have time for a discussion.
if it is necessary, then that is something I can do and have done.
All right, then. So I think rather than make this a whole, like, standard solo adventure where everyone else just gets to watch, so I think you would be planning to do this the next night. And so, if you want to make any other preparations ahead of time, that's fine. Otherwise, what I think we'll do is we'll do just a couple of rolls to kind of abstract the mission and how that goes, if that makes sense.
Okay. Um, hmm. I would like to go talk to Dianok and see he would, if he has the ability to cast invisibility on me. Because if he does,
Mm-hmm.
then then I wouldn't have to go with Oh Boy.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes, Axel?
Dianok, you do you have a way that would allow me to observe something without being detected? You see, I'm sort of on a path of growth and discovery, but I need to witness the things firsthand. But
Um,
these type of things can be sensitive to some of those. They like to keep their secrets, if you understand me.
I understand that. To guarantee not non-detection, I can't really say that, but I can make it harder for you to be detected. Uh, you know, basic invisibility spell.
Hmm.
Though, you know, if some, certain creatures have the ability to see invisibility, and I'm sure you will show up on it if someone has detect magic, and certain, like other spell sensors probably will pick you up, but for just basic, standard and non-magical individuals, if you're quiet, they probably wouldn't know you're there.
Hmm. That sounds like it'd be very useful for what I need to observe. And how long would this last?
Uh, about an hour, though I would have to be able to make contact with physical contact to cast.
Okay. I think that would work really well, actually. Christiana, how far from our home to to my meetup with the Warforged?
Let's say a 10-minute. Well, wait. So The meet, like the place where you're planning to meet to begin this whole mission, or where?
Yes.
I guess so. I guess the timing is a question. So let's say the Warforged and you made a plan that you were going to meet at say 10 p.m. on like the following night or something like that,
Right.
near the house, and that you had a spot. And so I think it's like a 15-minute walk to get there, say from your place.
Okay. Hmm.
If I need to, if I need to be with you closer to the place you're observing, I'll be, I'd be okay with that.
Okay. You wouldn't mind meeting. You wouldn't mind meeting me, um, closer to it then.
Yeah, that will be fine.
Alrighty. Um, I will go and
Uh, by the way, would I have any idea how truthful he's being about this? Or,
I mean, it's what has Axel even said about it? It sounds like he just asked you a question.
well, just like he's saying, I need to observe something,
Okay.
right?
Well, I mean, you if you all so I think between two PCs we can do rolls if you want, but I think it's probably simpler if the two of you just decide.
yeah.
Basically, it's like, you know, um, Dianoc will have questions afterwards uh, if they know that there's something more to it.
Okay.
So, what do you think, Jason? I mean, it sounds to me like it's reasonable that Dianoc would be suspicious, and so I think
Right.
I'm just asking the two of you to decide between you what's going on
Um,
there. Or we can do it as rolls if you really want, but like that, the
yeah,
mechanic
yeah.
is really not designed for PCs doing it to each other.
Right. Um, Axel will be. He's going to be a little more forward. He's going to say, "I'm trying to. You understand how fellow practitioners of magic are very secretive of their spells and abilities. I've seen you ask Xenophon to show you some of his spells so that you can learn them. This person, I can't do that. They are affluent and not easily accessed. So I would have to watch them in a private setting, which is why I'm trying to be as discreet as possible, as do not want to I do not want to give you a moral quandary about my intent. But I
Okay.
but I felt you would understand this more so than anyone else. And seeing as Xenophon is otherwise disposed currently, I think that you would be the best one to ask.
Okay. I though I will deny everything if there is an investigation involved, and if there's any particularly good information you come up with, I would like to know otherwise.
Of course, and I would expect you to deny wholeheartedly, as I do not wish to bring anyone down in my endeavors.
So where shall I meet you?
You know, that's the key when you're planning some sort of a crime is to just plan ahead. That if they ask you about it, just lie, and that solves all the problems.
He's in deep meditation. He didn't know where I
Uh huh.
was.
Uh huh. So the way that I'm thinking. So first of all,
You're muted.
tell me what are you actually planning here? Is the plan to go in without Thursday and try to do it yourself, leaving them, alone, or what is it that you're actually trying to accomplish here?
See, because did so my original thought
Uh
was
huh.
to sneak in with Thursday,
Okay.
and then once we get the necklace, betray him
Well, sure.
and and get him and get him caught because
I mean, I love this
Misty
plan.
step,
Tell me
yes.
how you actually intend to do that. So what I'm thinking is that the actual theft is going to entail a stealth followed by an investigation followed by a stealth. And then if any of those fail, then we deal with complications. Now, if it's the two of you together, like you and Thursday, then you kind of have advantage. But if you're doing anything in opposition to one another, obviously that's different.
Right. Um, that's right.
What a tangled web we weave.
So Dianok, I will ask you to come with me and wait at a certain point, and if my observation goes badly, and I come to you, say in a hurry, then if you could, can you use this on two people at once?
Yes, it would take be a little more training, but you're
Actually,
not.
I'm not sure
Yes,
invisibility is it?
it does.
Okay.
You have to cast at a higher level, but yes.
Okay.
Then I would suggest that you cast it on both of us, you and I, and we expeditiously leave the area. I would to minimize your involvement, I would like you to be the wheelman, the getaway driver, so to speak.
Sounds good.
Right. So I will have Dianok wait somewhere close by,
Mm-hmm.
and I will proceed to go in with Thursday
Mm-hmm.
with the full intent that if we get caught, I will Misty Step out of that building to Dianok to turn us invisible and bounce.
Well, recall the Misty Step, you have to be able
Oh.
to see where you're transporting
Yeah.
to.
Right. Oh, I wholeheartedly plan to jump out of a window.
Okay.
I'm a rabbit.
All right. Well, so okay, we'll just the beginning then is stealth to try to sneak in and break into this place, and so they're not especially good at stealth, but um, if so if you want to do that role, you're doing it with advantage because the two of you are essentially helping one another in this regard.
Okay. That's fine. Here we go. And second
Okay.
roll. So yeah, so 16.
Okay, so 16, it at least so far, it seems as though everything is going fine. You have not been aware of any alarms. You haven't seen any of the people that might be in the house. It seems like it's going okay. You're inside, and so they they have a general idea of where they think it will be in the house that they know from their own methods is what they say. But you don't know exactly that it will be in a precise location because what they know is that it was there at a certain point, not that it's necessarily in that precise location right now if it's possible that it moves. And so the goal here is you're making an investigation check to look for it, and it's also at advantage.
Alrighty. Ooh.
Okay. 20 is pretty good.
22.
Okay, 22. You definitely find it. And so I think when the two of you locate it, certainly Thursday goes to take it.
Let's see really quickly. Right. So Eldritch Blast.
Okay, okay. Right.
Well,
So what I will
well,
say is, right now, neither of you are holding it. And if you want to Eldritch Blast before reaching to grab it, that's totally fine. You can do that.
right,
But like that is that. So right now, the two of you are standing over a drawer that it's inside.
right. You know what? Before I Eldritch Blast him, because I'm going to, um, I ask him, "Is it magical? Can you tell if it is or not, or if there's magic in the area?"
Uh, are you think that the drawer is trapped?
Why else would you have such a play? Why would you be so affluent and
Make a
so?
deception check.
Oh boy!
Because you're clearly, I mean,
Right, right, right,
you're
right,
trying to
right.
you're asking a sudden weird question in order to distract them. So,
Right.
yeah.
29.
That's
Ooh.
pretty good. So I think what for the moment, at the very least, they begin doing their own inspection of the area, and they start looking at the drawer and say there doesn't seem to be anything about the container, the drawer itself. There doesn't appear to be any magical traps that I can detect.
Then I'm going to grab this necklace and
So they see you going for it, and they will say, recall we agreed that I would have it first.
we absolutely did. Eldritch Blast.
Okay, well, so you can go ahead and do your Eldritch Blast attack, and then we're rolling initiative.
Right. Um by the way, in this is a bedroom, I'm guessing, or is it
Yeah, it's like
okay.
it's like a well, I no, it's more like a study.
Oh, okay. Is there a window?
Yeah.
Okay. Eldritch Blast 27. That's a 19.
Okay, so you 19 is the
Oh, I'm
is your
sorry. I rolled a 19. Sorry, it was a 27.
27. Okay. So you do go first.
Oh, I was rolling. Sorry, I was rolling my attack. You
Okay,
said
yeah.
do
So
yeah.
yeah, so go ahead and do your attack then. Sorry, and then roll initiative. So yeah, 27 hits.
Right. Um and the second one 12.
Uh, I mean, yeah, I thought you were going to roll damage, but 12 does not hit.
Okay, so it's just the one because I don't think I can use it 3 times yet. But that does. He only takes 1 point of damage, but I do push him 10 feet away from me, and I reduce his movement speed by
Okay.
10.
All right.
And I'm gonna try to basically I'm trying to push him into the wall so that it clears me to grab the
Sure. Sure.
necklace.
Yeah. So you've used your action. I'll allow that you can just grab the thing as a free action.
Sweet.
Now
Bonus.
move.
Right. So I am now going to how far away is the window from me? Because I'm going to bunny hop through the window.
Okay. Well, so first of all,
Or actually, no, I don't
okay.
actually
So
know because
no,
bunny. So
so
I'm sorry.
no. Now you need to roll initiative. You did your
Okay,
attack. Now we're
that's
rolling
fine.
initiative.
Actually, because I forgot bunny hop is a bonus action, so I'm actually
Okay,
gonna just
but no.
yeah,
What I'm saying is, you did your Eldritch Blast. Now
right.
we're rolling initiative.
16.
You don't have a full turn yet.
Okay.
They rolled a 20 on initiative.
Okay.
And and so it would be a free action to grab it. I'm trying to decide if, because I kind of implied that you could grab it then, but yeah, I'll say you were able to like pick it up.
Okay.
So you do have it in your hand. Um, they look at you, um, and let's see. Um, well, first of all, hang on. This is oh, yeah, they are going to use their reaction on your on your Eldritch Blast to do Hellish Rebuke. So you need to make a dexterity save.
Okay. Yeah. Got that. Oh, yeah, that's racial, not a class. Was that a dex save?
Yeah, dex save.
That is a 17.
Okay, so you do save, and it's half damage. So you take 14 fire damage.
Okay.
So that was their reaction, and then I think that they look to you and they tell you, hand that to me, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
$19.
Okay, so you do save. So they are you are able to resist that spell, but they have come up back up to where you were. Like, so they're right there by you.
Right. So is it now it's my turn?
Yeah.
Right. So now they're going to get both of my Eldritch Blast because let me see real quick. Because I'm pretty sure that is a yes, it is a bonus action. Um then I will Eldritch Blast them twice.
Okay. It's at disadvantage if they're right next to you.
Oh, okay. Oh, so yeah, he came right up to me.
Yeah.
So then I will actually I will do my move first and provoke. Oh wait, he used his reaction already, right?
Yeah.
No. Oh yeah, he did.
Well,
So
so
yeah,
no. Well,
No,
okay.
that was before his
He
turn.
used his reaction
before
to
his
your
turn.
attack.
Yeah. Okay. So then I'll move away towards the window to
Okay.
provoke.
All right. I think then yeah, he's got yeah, I think he does. Yeah, he doesn't have his mace out, so he's not going to make an opportunity attack.
Alrighty. Eldritch Blast. That is a 24.
Okay.
And the second one is a nat 1.
All right.
So damage. So I push him into the wall,
Mm-hmm.
lower his movement speed, and he will take 9 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I will look out the window to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
As a bonus action, I will Misty Step out the window to the ground.
Okay. All right. So, on their turn, yeah. Okay, yeah. On. So as you do that, shortly after you find yourself poofed down there onto the ground, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
That is a dirty 20.
Okay. So once again, you are able to minimize this, but you suddenly find that a 20-foot high ringed wall of fire, 20 feet around in diameter, appears surrounding you. And so, because you are because you passed your saving throw, you're going to take half of the fire damage here. So you're only going to take 8 fire damage here, but you are surrounded by this 20-foot high ring of fire around you, and you hear them say, you know, I would say that I should have expected this, but of course I did.
Let's see here. It's 20 feet high.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So, because we've leveled up,
Mm-hmm.
my bunny hop is now 20 feet.
Wait, well, it's 20 feet. I don't think it's 20 feet high, is it?
It's just a 20-foot jump, yeah.
Well, okay, but vertical is different than horizontal.
Okay.
I mean, like if you think about like a ballistic, like a jump that would carry you 20 feet across the ground is not going to take you 20 feet in the air.
Right.
So,
it's a wall of fire.
hang on, let me look at that feature.
Yeah, it's just a 20-foot jump without provoking.
Yeah. So I mean the thing is the wall of fire, you can jump through it, you just take fire damage.
Can
Um,
I see
but
through it? Can I see through it, or is it obscured?
No, it is completely obscured. You can't see through it. And jumping 20 feet, if you were jumping straight up, you could jump 20 feet in the air. But if you're jumping a horizontal distance, you're not getting 20 feet in the air.
Okay.
Which again, like I don't want you can jump through the fire, you will just take fire damage.
Right. So, as an action, I will, because I will take one of my potions of greater healing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 4d4 plus 4 plus 14.
Mm-hmm.
And then bonus action, Form of Dread.
Okay.
So I then get temporary hit points as soon as I find the die. Yep. It's one. It is 1d10 plus 5.
Mm-hmm.
That is 8 temporary hit points.
All right.
And I'll just I'll just run through the flames.
Okay. You're going to take 15 fire damage.
No
from
dex.
Running through the flames, and you used your action to do the potion.
The potion, yep. And is there no dex save just because I'm running through it?
Yeah, I mean, when you're running right into it on purpose, there's no dex save.
Okay. And is that 15 points?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're still 2 points up.
Well, from that one turn, I mean, he had already taken damage previously.
Yeah.
But so yeah. In any case, let's see.
And I will move my full movement away. So
Okay. Um, okay, so I think that you're getting on your way away. You are getting some scorching rays headed your way. Um, okay. Um, First one is a 9. That'll miss. A 21.
yep, that'll hit.
16.
16 points of fire damage.
No, 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 no. Sorry, I'm rolling just to attack first.
Oh, okay. Oh, so 16 does not hit.
Okay.
But you did say a 19 was one of them, right?
Well, I said a 21.
Oh,
You
21. Yeah,
got
that would hit.
lucky. Only one of these hits you. Um, so only one of those hits does 8 fire damage. Yeah, you know what? I probably should have. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I think I'm regretting that particular action, but that is what I said, so it's fair to like so. So you would have been 30 feet away from where you landed at that point. So it's now your turn again.
Um, I will take the dash action
Mm-hmm.
to get out of line of sight, and then I will misty step away for
Okay.
another 30 feet. So that's 90 feet.
Okay. There. Let's see. I'm gonna see. That takes a while to. All right, so I am giving them just one check essentially to see if they can try to like keep up with you and not lose sight of you as they're trying to follow. Um, make make a stealth check with advantage.
First one was a 13.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so 13.
Okay.
Ooh.
So I think that here, let's see. I have to. They take a little bit of damage jumping out the window themselves to try to follow you. Not that much. They're okay. And they actually rolled an 18 on their perception. So I think you get a ways away, but just as you think you're maybe safe, they come around a corner and they have line of sight on you again.
Mm.
But it was their action to like keep up with you that way.
Okay. Let's see here.
And I think
Hmm.
when they see you again, they say, "I'm willing to honor our original bargain. Give it to me, and all of this can end. Otherwise, you've made a powerful enemy."
To be honest, you don't seem that powerful. Eldritch Blast.
All right.
Ooh. 10 and a 14.
Okay. Both of those miss.
Okay. And then I will again move 30 feet out of line of sight and then use my last Misty Step.
Okay.
Well, yes. I'm sorry, I used my 2 free ones. That one actually is going to take a spell slot.
Okay. So they are You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and say I'm just like I'm trying to be fair in terms of like would they, you know what? I think it's fair. They're going to try to
Yeah.
perception again to try to keep up. Like they're running after you. They're trying to not let you get away.
Right.
So they're making a perception check. They're dashing to try to keep up because you only moved 60 feet, so they're trying to find you. So go ahead and make your stealth again. And I
Advantage
guess
or regular?
I think in this case I'm saying not regular, not advantage. Oh, it's a tie, so let's actually just re-roll those if that's all right.
Okay.
Mm.
Um,
13.
Okay. Yeah. You. They made the wrong turn, and so, you hear them shouting after you. This isn't over.
I would have a snide comment, but I'm going to quietly and hastily make my way to Dianok and ask for my getaway man to make us invisible so we can post haste.
yeah. I trace the cliff in the air and tap your, yourself and myself, and we're invisible. And as after we go invisible, Dianark will say, "Oh, you'll have to let me know what happened because there was more than just observation there."
Yes.
And moving on.
Yeah. As we're once we get back to our
I
home.
think in the distance, Dianok, you see that there's a building on fire.
Oh, the building. Wow.
Scorching ring
Yeah.
went awry.
You cast wall of fire in the front yard.
Yeah. And but once we're out of earshot of others, I tell him, remember when I went to the park and I happened to run across the person summoning a demon?
Was that something you shared with us?
Yes, because I reported it to the shield bearers.
Oh.
Well, they were also observing this person, and since I interrupted their ritual, they don't like me very much. So observation. So my observing became a bit more complicated.
Uh-huh.
I think when you get home, Flounce will poke her head like around the stairs and go, "So was it a men's bath or a women's bath you were peeping on? Did you see anything good?"
And Exel goes, to be fair, either would have been fine, but that was not what I was doing. And he looks singed, by the way, like his fur is singed.
Oh, yeah. Like when he came up, Dianok, like first thing they noticed was that X was singed, and that's why like this is more than just observation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I will
Singed, running away from a burning building.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I will tell the rest of the group about running into when I was out doing my thing. I definitely ran into that demon summoner again, and he was not happy with me. So that is where the fire came from, because demons and fire.
Okay, so
Well.
But I got away, thanks to Dianok. Though I'm sure he will be not too pleased with me still. So,
And who should we be keeping an eye out for?
and I will describe Thursday the Warforged to them.
Okay. Well, that will make that will be someone to keep an eye out for, and hopefully they will be
You can tell.
settle in their revenge.
You can tell a lot about a man by his enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is a restaurateur.
Right. A bad review can go a long way, but it's not deadly. Whereas,
I mean, who would Dianok's enemies be? I mean, they've made
Well,
the you know the crystal beings annoyed at them, but not necessarily enemy like.
Yeah, and
And
all
who's Flounce's enemies?
um, at this point, I don't think Flounce has any enemies,
right.
but she's certainly working on it.
Okay.
Just don't, just just don't use the stone golem for grocery shopping, because if you lose concentration on a big sale, that would be terrible in the market.
All right, so Black Friday sales only. Got
Actually, I think Black
All-
Friday sales, the more intense the sales, the less you should use the elemental because uh, a casual sale, just picking up a lot of stuff, you're not going to lose focus on a spell.
Now
But
look, but look, you never know how these ladies and these men and women in the market going for those Black Friday sales, they could be vicious. You might need a bodyguard.
well, no,
I've seen fisticuffs for
taking
I've seen
damage
I've seen
is the prime thing that causes loss of concentration.
yeah,
right,
that's true.
but they throw fisticuffs for jeans. Or in this case, pantaloons. They throw fisticuffs for pantaloons.
Breaches.
Yeah, yes, blouses. But at that point, Exel's like, but if you'll excuse me, I need to clean up, if it will, and see if I can do something about this, because he's so frizzled. Like he almost looks like a mildly puffed flounce.
Oh gosh.
It's gonna take forever to get the smell of burnt fur out of these robes.
Well, see, that's why we have a wizard. Prestidigitation,
Yes.
prestidigitation.
Yes. After if you feel you need some touching up, I can prestidigitate.
Well, thank you. And Exel will retire to his room to commune with his patron and the necklace.
Mm-hmm.
The idea that Thursday doesn't know where you live is
Well, so that's what I was going to say. Is so, first, what happens is that you do have the scaled ornament. It is currently in the uncommon configuration. And I think as you commune, you get. It's not even really that verbal. It's almost just an emotional sort of you you got the result, but they're not sure you displayed a conqueror's heart.
And
So like it works, like you've got it, but it's like a room for improvement sort of feeling.
right. Exel will kind of not say, but more of kind of a thinking outwardly towards his patron, and says, whether it's guile, combat, or from the shadows, accomplishing a mission is all that matters to a conqueror, is it not?
You don't get a response. So, I assume at some point that night you go to sleep.
Given the events, Dianok is going to set alarm spells at at general access points around yeah. So somebody tries to sneak in, it'll
Mm-hmm.
alert us.
Okay.
And
Hey,
I will.
Dianoc, what's with the silver wire?
I think uh that Warforged Thursday that or that Warforged Excel mentioned might come by and try and cause problems.
Why would he do that? I'm sorry, I've been in the kitchen all day. What's going on?
Oh,
It seems like Excel has attempted to has interrupted someone who I or has run into someone who was trying to summon a demon and made them angry.
Well, that's no good.
Yeah.
Should we set watches?
So I'm allowing this, but I will just say let's try to keep the meta down because you guys weren't talking like this until I made an ominous pronouncement.
No, I understand
Yeah,
that. I
yeah.
understand that.
I know.
I
I'm
understand that.
not saying that you
Well,
can't do this. I'm just saying let's.
I was thinking about the alarm spell before you.
No,
I'm kind
okay.
of
That's why I said I'm just saying let's try to keep an awareness of like what would you really have done without knowing anything else, like only knowing what your character would know. It's just a reminder. I'm
Yeah.
not saying you wouldn't do what you're doing. I'm just let's.
So
I'm trying to keep that in mind. Yeah.
Mhm.
you, I don't know if we necessarily need watches. Just well, when I'm done with my trance, I'll be keeping an eye out. But other than that, just listen for the bells.
oh, see, I thought you, Canthan, were out there when Flounce and I were talking, but because I would have explained what happened to you, but you were in the kitchen. That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, the only person who knows about the robbery is Axel.
Oh, right, but
Okay.
I would have informed you that.
But there's a demon summoning warforged out there
Who doesn't like me because I
doesn't
interrupted
like
his demon summoning? Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean,
Anyway, so yeah.
well,
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah.
Sleep.
And Exel would draw his blinds because line of sight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think Flout still thinks that you pissed off the Warforged by peeping on them in the bath, and then they singed you as recompense.
Oh, if it was only that simple.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just glad your bedroom's on the other side of the house from me. That's all.
I understand. It has been my luck to have run across this one multiple times, as it were.
So, the various places that you do alarm, Dianoc,
Yeah.
like,
Doors, windows, like
well, I
outside
mean,
doors.
I don't think it's trivial to do every single door and every single window in a big house. Like doesn't your spell take time to do?
Yeah, it would be a ritual. So,
Well, so the question is, are you spending a full 10-minute ritual on every door and every window that only lasts what, like 24 hours or something?
It
I
lasts
believe
8 hours.
8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But it covers an area,
Yeah.
a 20-foot cube. So you only need one per 20-foot cube that the house takes up.
So, well, I definitely do like the entrances, the doors,
Mm-hmm.
and basically I take about an hour to cover
Okay.
as much as I can.
All right. Okay. So, I think in the middle of the night, Dianok, your alarm goes off. I don't. I guess because we don't have like an actual floor plan like here. Like it's fine, but you get the impression that there is something going on in the vicinity of Exel's room. Exel, what is your passive perception?
It is 13. I'm sorry, 16. Sorry.
It's passive perception.
We had actually made up a floor plan.
I don't have it handy.
Oh, okay.
And it doesn't matter really anyway.
Okay. Okay.
Um, I'm just moving forward with this anyway. Okay. I think all that means is that you wake up hearing a sound. So you are awake and look over at your window when you see that the window has been opened from the outside, and Thursday is there, and they cast a spell. First, you're going to take 16 psychic damage and make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh boy, here we go. Come on, good roll. Don't fail me now. Ooh, that's an 8. I'm sure that's a fail.
You have just been feeble-minded.
Oh.
So what that means is, on a failed save, the creature's intelligence and charisma scores become 1. You cannot cast spells, activate magic items, understand language, or communicate in any intelligible way. You can, however, identify your friends, follow them, even protect them. But basically, you don't really understand what's happening, can't cast spells or anything like that. And so you probably have enough awareness to be scared of this Warforged that is coming in your window right now. Dianok, you would have woken up when you heard the alarm trigger.
Yeah. So Dianok would go in, and probably uh, cast hold person on.
Well, so no, okay. You just woke up that the alarm happened. Like, how quickly are like? I mean, you're in bed asleep. So see what I mean? Like, you're not already in the room.
Okay, I mean so Dianok would go to where the alarm is,
Okay.
and
Yeah. So I think yes, you would find that so here's a question. Axel, what would you be wearing the necklace?
No, actually, it's it's in a drawer on the altar that I made that I had been working on in the previous weeks when I
Okay.
was.
So I think what you would see then is you would see this Warforged look like tearing the room apart looking for something. And Exel, my guess is that your first instinct would be probably to probably we'll give you a turn here in a second, but you're looking confused and upset probably. Well, you know what? How about I not put that on you? You tell me what your reaction is given the constraints that you're under at the moment.
I can still attack, though, correct?
Cannot cast spells.
Right. That is fine by me. I do have weapons.
Okay.
And since that is not a spell, I will. Again, it seems like if it, for anyone watching, there comes a moment where it's like his Exel's whole features go slack and he begins to shake, not with fear, not with confusion, but anger. He's angry because he did the job and he did not, and basically the patron was like, meh. It was, I mean, you did it, but it wasn't, yeah.
Mhm.
And then this Warforged breaks into his home after all the interactions they've had previously with the summoning and he's furious.
Sure.
And so since he cannot communicate, he's allowing his anger to seep out of him and reach as far as it will go, specifically to his patron.
Okay.
And he will form of dread.
I don't know that you can do that. Your charisma score is 1.
It
You cannot
is.
cast spells.
It's not a spell. It's just an ability. It's I take on aspects of the thing, let me look at it because I want to make sure it isn't a like a spell like ability or anything of that nature, but I don't think so.
I mean, Christiana's the DM. If she says that you
Right, right,
can't
right,
use it, you can't use it.
right.
I just I mean, I can't help but think that, like, I mean, I think the traditional way that I've seen this interpreted is that you can do things like melee attacks and stuff, but you
Okay.
wouldn't, like, anything that cannot cast spells, activate magic items, understand language, or communicate. Can um, let's see. Yeah, let's see. I'm looking for some, like, sage advice here. Is like, yeah, you know what? How about this? I will let you use form of dread because it's very instinctual. Um, and here's okay. This is what I'm going to allow. Form of dread works because it's part of your whole warlock pact and everything, and you I think as soon as you're channeling this sort of raw anger back up at the patron, um, you're not really able to process the complex anger of it. But I think you get the equivalent of your own anger kind of slapped back at you with a sort of feeling of like, well, then do something about it. Because I mean, I don't think you necessarily understand now, except of course the fact that, like, perhaps the reason that your patron was meh was because you made a powerful enemy and then left them still out there.
Right. And so,
And so yeah, so I'll say you can do form of dread.
right. Then I will. I do have daggers, so I can. So can I shanky shank them? Since I.
Yeah, I mean you could try. You can
Right.
make an attack.
You can certainly try.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I will try to attack them with the dagger. 26.
Okay, I mean that'll hit. Yeah.
And second one, I get a 2 attack actions. 14.
I mean the 14 does not hit.
Okay. So the first one, damage wise, is 6 points of piercing
Uh-huh.
and a wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
DC 16.
They got a 22.
Nice. And he's
They
just
also only take half of that that dagger damage.
right. And he's he's just he's stand he Axel has moved between because Dianok came into the room. He's moved in between Dianok and the Warforged. Oh yes, and
All right.
temporary hit points.
Sure. So work that out. But in the meantime, Dianok bursts into the room, sees this that Axel looks strange, is attacking with a dagger to this strange warforged who is like searching the room.
Okay. Well, I see that Warforged, and I go ahead and cast Hold Person.
Okay. It's
Nine.
a wisdom save, I think.
Yes.
They got a 19.
Shoot. Okay,
Yeah.
that
And I think they look at you and they say, your friend made a bargain that they're not holding to. Let me take the necklace and then I'll leave the rest of you alone.
I figured there's more to the story.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really I yeah, I don't really have anything else I can do.
Okay.
That
They use their turn. I think what they do is they move and they go to. You said that you had it like in a drawer.
Yeah, on the altar that I had made in
Okay.
the previous weeks.
Yeah. So I think they go and they grab it. They look over at Exel and they tell you, Dianok, calm them down, or I will be a bigger problem. Otherwise, I'll just leave. I think that I'll allow that Canthan and Flounce might be hearing this activity and
I
wake up.
the alarm is um was audible, not
Okay.
just a ping. So that's why I
Okay.
said listen for the bells.
All right. Well, I mean, okay. I mean, this is okay.
But
All right. So they're awake. I just said that they're awake. So let's
Okay.
not belabor it. Okay. So what are you doing though?
Um, given that I was warned that there would be something going on, I'll have grabbed my halberd and in my penguin jammies, going out in the hall and looking around and and seeing that there's a commotion down in Exel's room, um, headed in that direction.
Yeah. I think I would have grabbed my sword and wiggled into my. No, what I think I would have. I think you see Flounce coming out in her little flowery nightgown with bunny slippers. So now she's got 8 ears between. No, actually, she's got 10.
and
2 for each slipper, and then her 2, and then Bob's wings.
I mean, there comes a time when there's just too many ears.
I have not yet reached that point.
The AI image generators are going to have a ball with this one.
So I will allow that Flounce and Canthan come. I think Dianok's still probably standing in the doorway, but you maybe hear that last bit of, let me take the necklace and I'll leave. Otherwise, I'm a bigger problem.
I don't know the details, so I'm hanging back. But, I'm not. I mean, I'm not hanging back, but I'm not interfering. I'm just going to see
Yeah.
what Dianak has to say.
And
Yeah.
so I think Axel, you would probably be able to go ahead and like if you're gonna just keep coming with the dagger.
Yep.
All right.
First one is 18.
Okay, that'll hit.
Second one is an 11.
11 misses. So oh, hang on. That should have been not a 5, but a 9. And then actually they're gonna they have another thing to add to it. What did they need to beat your saving throw?
16.
Okay. So it looks like your form of dread has them. You've got them frightened now. In terms of that condition, but what they do is they look over to Dianok and say, "If they attack me again, this will go badly for you all." And they're basically making it your problem. So I think Dianok, you're next. Then Flounce and Canthan can take action if they'd like.
Okay. Hmm. I'm gonna go ahead and psychic lance.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So this is our house is going to blow up. Awesome.
That's an intelligence save.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go back to my room and
Okay.
pack my ancestral armor.
All right. Yeah, they got a 16.
That is the save they need.
Ah, okay. I mean, like I guess that
Yeah.
would be cool for you. I need to try to not be too much on the adversary's side.
Yeah.
Although having
is-
just created a rival for you all, I kind of didn't want it to be over too soon.
Half of 34.
Hmm?
17 damage.
Okay.
Psychic.
Yeah, they take that, and they sort of reel and hold their head
And since Exel can't communicate, when he was attacking, he's just letting loose guttural and just rage filled yells and yelps and growls. Just he sounds bestial and just not himself.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what are Flounce and Canthan? What are you doing?
I am going to now. This is really tight quarters.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is his bedroom, but I would like to move to block at least one exit for this guy who's, as far as I'm concerned, is um uh this is we take him down and then sort things out level. So yeah, I'm going to uh um yeah, I'm gonna if there's a window to his room, I'm gonna go and stand in front of it and
Okay.
um and uh and be ready to stop him with an attack if he tries to escape.
All right.
Okay. Um. That kind of complicates what I was gonna do. But I think probably would be best. I'm going to cast Entangle on the floor.
Okay. It'll be difficult terrain for everybody in the room.
Yeah, and let's see.
The
Needs to
carpet
make a
threads just kind of come up.
Yeah,
strength save
well,
for him. It sounds like he's going to
and
be restrained. He only gets an 11.
him, Exel, and Canthan.
Okay.
I think are going to get caught in the radius.
Yeah. So he would be restrained by the vines. Fails
Yeah,
his strength save.
The
I got a
strength save.
19.
The DC is 14.
I saved.
How about Exel?
Oh, let's see. Come on, Exel. Nope. He is restrained.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that so at this point he looks really frustrated, but he's looking around at being surrounded and having just been entangled in this way. He clearly doesn't want to take on all of you, so he begins to cast a spell.
Counterspell.
Okay. So you counterspell that, and he looks really annoyed
Yeah.
again.
Third level, by the
All
way.
right.
Oh wait, third level. So please do make a check then.
Yep. Natural 19.
Okay, well 19 is going to be going to do it. So, yeah. Okay, so he is restrained. He has just had his action used up for that spell that has been counterspelled, and yeah. So I think that's it for his turn there.
And since he's restrained, attacks have advantage, correct?
Yeah,
Well, Exel is also.
but yeah,
restrained.
Exel is also restrained.
So
Right.
it'd still be straight attacks for you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And we're right beside each other, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he's again, Exel just continues to bellow and starts stabbing at this fellow. And then you notice he has not casted a single spell, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think what the guy says is, you don't want me to be fighting for my life. It won't go well for you.
I think
19 and a 22.
I mean, those both hit.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Flounce would say, if we can all talk about it, we might be able to calm things down.
I was
but
talking.
Obviously,
He attacked.
he's obviously not talking now. He's generally a lot more talkative than this.
He just looks at you and says, "Shut up! You don't know what you're talking about." Now, I mean, obviously, I know
Yeah.
that that's going to make you mad. I'm saying that's his reaction because, he, like, we all know that Flounce doesn't know what's going on, and so he's
Right.
frustrated and annoyed. I want to make it clear. I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. It's fine.
Mhm.
It's fine. It's like what Flounce was trying to
Okay.
do is to get it to a point where everybody could just stop.
Mhm.
So yeah, he takes 13 points, so half of that's
yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm. And for the record, he's still doing okay.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't seem very happy about the whole situation.
Yeah. It's like, I'll release the entangle if you will just leave.
That
Forget
is what
whatever
I
you were trying to
requested
take.
in the first place.
Leave whatever you were thinking of taking and leave.
That is not acceptable terms. He promised me this necklace and then reneged on it, attacking me. I'm simply taking what was promised me in the first place.
And as he's speaking, all you get from Exel is just more growling, yelping, drooling. His fur is billowing and fluffy, and it looks wretched and oozy and undead-like.
Yeah. And I think what he says then is, altogether, you may be able to destroy me, but before I go, I will see that he is lost to you.
You've made it difficult because we can't ask him to verify any of this. Um I'm gonna need to. Kantan is much more of a straight arrow than the rest of the party here.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, he says to Dianok um Flounce, you guys keep him here. I'm running to the shield bearers, and I'll take off. So yeah, I'm running to get the authorities because this is this is beyond my ability to figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Seems fair.
I will not wait for the shield bearers. I have given my terms. This necklace was promised to me, and whether you believe that or not, you will let me leave with it, or he will pay the price. Pointing to Exel.
Gonna
Insight check.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your insight check.
I want to know whether he actually intends to abide by that.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your insight.
24.
As far why would you have advantage?
Um, it's a rune carver
Okay.
thing.
All right. Well, so in any case, it's fine. I think your insight tells you that all he wants right now is to leave with the necklace. He does not care about any of you, and he really only cares about Exel in the sense that that is who was trying to keep the necklace from him. You think that if you let him leave with the necklace, he will just leave with the necklace.
Mm-hmm. But he won't undo the spell on Exel.
You also believe that he means what he says he'll do.
Mm-hmm.
Exel. I'm gonna cast Hold Person on Exel.
So that's a wisdom saving throw,
Yes.
which I think you can still your wisdom save is not affected.
Definitely failed. 13.
That is a fail. Exel is paralyzed.
All right. And then he nods and he looks at you, Flounce. Like down at the vines. Well,
Okay, Flance will release him.
you have all made the right decision, and I'm sure you have the capacity to return him to normal, and when you do, tell him that I intend to honor my agreement. And then he goes to go out the window.
Okay.
And levitates himself to the ground.
Okay.
Wow.
Does Canton have one of the sending stones? I think
Yeah, I think
Flounce.
he actually does.
Okay,
Wait a minute,
so
let me.
if Canton has one and we can find the other one, I think we probably ought to
Yep,
use that to
I
say
do it. I do it.
we let him we ended up letting him go because otherwise there's no guarantee that Exel will return. He said that he would abide by the original agreement. And I think that's probably 25 words ish.
Yeah. Well, then I'm not that far away. I'll come back. Um, like
And I assume eventually either Hold Person wears off
Mm-hmm.
or the
yeah.
or he breaks out of it. And how is he? Oh,
And identify
yeah.
will tell you
Given
what
that
spell is
we
on him.
Mm-hmm.
can't guarantee he'd be calm
Mm-hmm.
after.
Yeah.
I
So
think
I mean,
we
so Jason, you can certainly still decide what Exel is doing, but can't speak right now, and obviously has some magical constraints on him. But otherwise, you're still in control.
he, all you can tell is that he seems to be seething. Like he can't move or enunciate, but the eldritch energy around him is flaring, and like his skin and fur seem to be almost sloughing off. Like he looks rotten and sick, and it seems to be like his temperament has now seemed to manifest itself in that form of dread. So he can't tell you anything, but it seems like he is just writhing with anger. And he's just staring. Can he move his eyes, or is it a full body
Well,
thing?
so it sounds like now that Thursday is gone, Dianok released the hold person.
Okay.
Yeah.
He just
Well, it only lasts for a minute, so yeah.
he's just looking at the altar and then out the window because he ransacked the altar to get the necklace. And so he can't he's just standing there staring between the two, seething.
Would I be able to tell what kind of effect that is causing?
Well, so if you cast, as Nobilis was just saying, if you cast Identify, it'll tell you exactly.
Okay, yeah, I would do that and then just like do the ritual and then just.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what you learn is that it is in fact the Feeble Mind spell. Greater Restoration or more powerful will remove it and return him to normal.
So we have to wait for Xenophon to get back.
Or
Xenophon
you
even
could
has
go to the
access.
House of Convalescence.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that would be the better choice because how much would about the spell would I know? Like how long would I know how long it lasts?
Uh, yeah. What you know is that unless it is removed via some sort of a healing magic, in 30 days he gets to repeat the saving throw.
Yeah, this would take way too long for to let it try and wear off. Yeah, I think we
Okay,
need to go.
all right, so we'll get him out the door, and then Flounce will use Giant Smite so that she can hug and make sure that Exel goes to where he needs to be going.
Yeah.
It doesn't get distracted.
Yeah.
Well,
His,
I figure we wouldn't be tying him up, untying him. We would just between Flounce and Cantan be carrying him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't think we had him tied up because I dismissed the
yeah.
entangle spell.
Exel
Well,
doesn't.
no, like Dianok would have gotten rope and tied him up before.
I mean, is that
Or
something the rest of you would have been? I mean,
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have been okay with that.
Oh,
We've got
since he doesn't
gentler
seem to be
methods.
calming down,
We've got
to keep
gentler
him from
methods to do that.
running.
Let's
He-
let's use gentler.
Yeah,
This is our friend.
once you've released the whole person and the entangle, Exel doesn't go he doesn't resist you in going somewhere.
Oh, okay.
But
Well,
he
in
also
that
doesn't.
case,
He also
that-
doesn't pursue him. But the anger is still there, even when the
Okay.
form of dread dissipates. His physical person is his fur is fluffed and spiky, and he looks.
Well, if he's not going to run, then
No.
there wouldn't be any tying up.
No,
Yeah.
he's not.
Okay. Okay, then yeah, we will lead him to the House of Convalescence.
mm-hmm. At which point, because this is the way the House of Convalescence works here, they are able to use the auroral diamond in place of what would normally be the expensive material costs
Yes.
of Greater Restoration, and so they are able to restore Axel.
Okay.
I like the idea that the diamond erodes just the tiniest little bit every time they do that.
Yeah.
And that at some point they'll discover that there is in fact a limit to how much they can do this.
But a giant space diamond probably has a long way to go before.
Yeah, it probably has a long way to go, but
Yeah.
But it's
Why?
Mhm.
I
It-
imagine
it-
if you tried to.
I want to say that there's like a little alkalite, and as soon as they were able to start casting this, they started trying to carve their initials. They noticed that this happened, and they started trying to carve their initials. And they just move,
Actually-
every time they do it, they move just a little bit further around, and so but it's been passed down, so like this entire stretch of the auroral diamond is just like nothing but like initials and hearts and little smiley
Yeah.
faces.
I actually, I do want to say one thing that you discover as soon as you're coming out of your house, though, is that leaned up against several of the ground floor windows are stacks of oil-soaked wood.
Mhm.
Well, huh.
you know what, you guys, you go on ahead. You don't need me. I'm gonna clear this out.
Okay.
Exel will help him, and
No,
before
Axel is going to the house
This
of
is
Chavez.
before
Oh,
that.
Yeah,
I thought-
when we
this
come
was
back.
before. Oh, I
Yeah,
thought
so
we
that
were-
is as soon as you're leaving the house, you just or even when Canthan rushed out to go get the shield bearers would have seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So as soon as when we come back, Flounce will definitely use her
Yeah.
giant's might to help out with that.
Well, yeah.
As you know, once we're back and Exel can speak and everything, he will thank you all. He's, thank you.
What the hell, Axel?
You're part of. Or
That
what's-
wasn't just a misunderstanding.
Yes, because he stole something that I was to acquire for my god.
And what is
Or-
his part of the deal?
He's going to use it
No,
in
no,
some.
no. Okay, no. Hold on. He stole it. You stole it from him. He was stealing it back.
Yes, he's using. Seeing as the first time I met him, he was trying to summon a demon in the park, and he wants to use that for some purpose. He did not elicit why, but I didn't think it was prudent to let him have it. It just so happens that not letting him have it aligned with what I needed to do for my patron. But now it is lost to me.
And
Well,
his part of it, of the deal, was
He says he will give it back after he uses it for whatever reason he needs to use it. But seeing as he summons demons, I'm assuming that is what he would be using it for.
well, whatever. Whatever he will do, he will likely do, and then return it to you because he says he told us he will hold up his part of the bargain.
Yes, but allowing him to do whatever it is the problem. That's what has me worried.
Yeah, and then Axel.
And the power of the spell he used on you, well, the fact that I don't think any of us would be even close to being able to do so says a lot about how powerful he is.
Well, when you're brazen enough to try to summon a demon in the park, one would suffice you do not care about the authorities. And he then looks around at the stacked up oil-soaked wood.
Yes, I'm pretty sure if we hadn't let him go, this entire place would be a pyre. I imagine I'm not sure what spell he attempted to cast while we were struggling, but I imagine either with that spell or shortly after, we would have been burning. You would have been burning as well.
Yes. I just hope what he wants to accomplish isn't something far greater than what I interrupted the first time.
Just a detail too to the idea that the house would have been ablaze is you guys technically rent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Anyway.
Yeah.
I can just
The
I-
other the other the other part of this that is what really concerns me is the fact that you didn't tell us the truth.
Yeah.
You said you were observing, and that's not the same as
Stealing
heisting.
something.
Yeah, that's I mean, admittedly, yeah, we probably would have had a problem with it. Um, but you end up in over your head with a dude who's throwing around those kind of spells. Your friends kind of need to know what they're dealing with when they run to your rescue.
and Exel sighs and he says, "Correct. And I am sorry. The problem is, however,
Nope, stop there.
no,
Stop.
no, no,
No, say sorry. Next time I piss somebody off who can kill us in a couple of spells, I will let you know so that you can prepare ahead of time.
What she said.
Deal?
Exel kind of
I'm not
chuckles.
mad that you pissed him off. I'm pissed off that I didn't know that he was coming. And
And-
so all I had was a stupid entangle spell.
And Exel chuckles and he says, "Again, sorry, but could we?"
No buts.
No, it's not about this. I understand and I will do so. It's just you do not mention my patron to Xenophon.
we don't know who your patron is.
Yes, but I've been directed that I cannot ask him or query him for further delving into these mystic matters for some reason. I'm still trying to figure that out. It's part of why
Okay.
I was trying to I'm
That's
trying to
fine.
well,
All we're asking is for a heads up when you piss off a dragon, an eldritch god, something that's gonna singe my fur.
and
And let me know, okay?
and again, an excellent chuckles again, and he's like, "Indeed, it's just honestly, I feel pulled in two different directions because I don't necessarily know exactly who this patron is. They've given me power and strength, able to help you and heal you and to serve in the shield bearers, but
Are they
not
asking you to sacrifice babies?
well, no."
Okay, so I'm good.
Your requirements are lower than mine.
Wait, what?
And Exel just says, "It's just that it feels Xenophon is a comrade. You all are. We have saved each other's lives. We've worked together. Not being able to communicate with him about what he obviously is is good at, this thing bothers me, and I don't know how to find the only way out is through. So I must learn as much as I can.
Who is your patron?
That's what I'm trying to figure out."
Okay.
This whole
in the meta,
situation.
don't
makes
you
me-
actually know who your patron is?
He knows some things about them.
Yeah, but not exactly who they are.
So, like, don't I?
He doesn't have
You
like
know,
the name.
I tend to be pretty good at researching, studying. Could you share any details about them?
I've only seen where they are. And I was informed when I saw the place that I could not speak of it with Xenophon. It was a floating city, massive, seemed to be a massive floating city.
It's like on the body of a enormous dead thing
Yes, it seemed to be
in the astral
on.
sea.
Yeah, it seems to be on the. I don't know if it was on a god, on the body of a god or somewhere, but it's in the astral sea. That's all I've seen.
Hmm.
And
Do you know what, like, is it, uh, what type of people? Like, like
I, I
who
wasn't.
lives
So,
in the city?
bearing in mind, I want to just interject just a little bit that I think in the context of our campaign, these things are not like commonly known because he was specifically doing research and still only has these little snippets.
Yeah,
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
so it's not to say that you can't help. I'm just saying that I don't think it should be considered the thing that like anyone who can roll a 15 is going to know who the Githyanki are or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I'm just looking for
Yeah.
information for further
Yeah.
research.
yeah.
So in the meta, the specific reason for not telling Xenophon is that Xenophon's actually likely to know some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in any case, I think I want to actually just briefly suggest that this fades out just a little bit. Not that we're imagining the conversation doesn't continue, but I want to suggest that at some point, eventually, everyone kind of needs to go back to bed,
Yep.
and Axel, as you go back to your room and maybe I don't know, you tidy up a little bit, and you're looking at the shrine, and I think when you I don't know if you still have that sort of flash of anger, like you felt like you didn't get what you were expecting there. At this point, you get a specific response to say, "You made an enemy and left them alive. This did not display a conqueror's heart. However, now you have an enemy who has stolen your prize. Conquer them permanently, and you will be rewarded."
And all as Exel straightens up the room and ready steadies his altar and things again, all he simply says is, "There will be nothing but ash."
All right. Now you
Because
guys have
he's
a rival.
Well, what is Xenophon gonna say when he gets back?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll come
Hey!
back and like he'll walk in
Guy with
and
the
he'll
pizza
see
in
you
the burning
like
room,
clearing
yeah.
away bundles of oil-soaked wood away from the house, and then come in and everyone's like exhausted from having stayed up all night. So what
it's better,
happened?
and it's
This is
better than
fine.
it's better than him coming back to us standing next to a burned down apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Burn down house, lodge.
Yeah, yeah.
So I there will be more going on, but oh gosh, there's a piece of this that I'm tempted to just go ahead and tell you. So I guess I will. The thing that he was planning to do was that if you pushed him to it, he was going to cast Banish on Exel. Banish is a charisma saving throw. He was currently at a charisma of 1, and you're not on
the
your
astral
native plane.
is not. Yeah, he would be sent to a random place on the planet material.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been bad.
Could have, anyway. I mean, it's not to say that it would have been impossible to do anything about. Obviously, we wouldn't have said that Exel is now not in the campaign anymore. We would have worked it out. But yeah, so that so he wasn't just bluffing, is my point.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in any case, though,
So,
I hope everyone kind of understands my intentions here, which is that I thought it would be fun to introduce that you guys have a dangerous rival.
oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Feeble Mind, yeah, that's an 8th level spell.
Seven actually,
Yeah.
but still, yeah.
Oh, 7?
I think it is 7.
Oh,
Maybe
no,
I'm wrong.
No,
it's 8.
No,
It's
it's
8.
Okay, yeah,
It's
that's fine.
8.
Well, their stats are a little bit weird. They don't so
Yeah.
So, but the point is that yes, they certainly have access to some powerful spells.
And
I
the
mean,
thing-
even having access to it through like a magic item, that means he has access to that type of magic item, which takes power or money or both. Yeah.
And the worst part about it is it's Exel's weakest save. Strength and intelligence are his two weakest saves. So basically, to save, I would have needed a nat 20 probably because, it's wisdom, dex,
Yeah.
those are fine. I'm cool with that. Con, I'm even cool with con, but strength and intelligence are the two that are his sore points.
So, in any
Wow.
case, I think our hope is that we will return next week. Is that still good for everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Good for
Yeah.
me.
Yep.
Wonderful. So, we will return next week for more adventures on so many levels.
So many levels.
Woo!
If I can find the button, there it is.
Did we?
Good night, everyone.
Bye.